and today we are going to look at Control Warlock in Heartstone. This deck has been pretty popular over the last few months. It's been going a bit down the tier list lately, but I still think it's a very fun deck to play. It's well, more late game and controlled oriented, of course. It's called Control Warlock. So the games will be a bit longer, but I think it's a very fun deck to play with. Today we are gonna look at the most common cards used and which type of the deck I like the most. And then after we are going to play one or two videos where we play some constructed and I tell you something more about the cards and how to use them. So yeah, let's go. So my version of Control Warlock is a pretty old one, but I like this one the most. It has armor vendor. Give each hero 4 armor. That's of course to make sure you don't die in the early game. You have Spirit Jailer. That shuffles soul fragments into your deck. That's for the healing. And of course for the Void Drinkers I use these destroy a soul fragment and you gain 3/3. So if you have a soul fragment in your deck, you get a 5 mana 7/8 taunt, which is pretty good. I think the newer version of this deck doesn't use this card, but I think it's pretty good tempo. After you've maybe fallen a bit behind in the early game, it can tank a few smaller minions. So I still think it's a great card. We have Drain Soul, Lifesteal, deal 3 damage to a minion, pretty common card, but good. Helps you survive as well and clear at the same time. It can also be used with Tasman Roam. We'll get to that card in a bit later. It has Soul Shear, bit similar to Drain Soul, also 2 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion. But it doesn't have Lifesteal, but this does shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck. So again, that works with Void Drinker. We also have Lucky Soul Hoarder, that shuffles 2 fragments into your deck. And if it's corrupted of course means playing a card higher than this one, so that would be 4 or above. You also draw a card. This is a card that is nice if you corrupt it, but it's also good if you play it on tempo, like if you have 3 mana, you have this card in your hand. I often play it. Then we have School Spirits, another 3 mana card, deal 2 damage to all minions, shuffle 2 fragments into your deck. Good board clear again, shuffling fragments to your deck, always nice. Then we have of course Tasman Roam. Whenever you cast a shadow spell that costs 1 or more, add a copy to your hand that costs 0. So, shadow spells, we have a couple of them in our deck, so let's look. We have Drain Soul, so if you play Drain Soul you get one for free, because it's above 1 mana. Soul Shear is also a shadow card, and then we have School Spirits. Hysteria, that got changed lately, now it's 4 mana instead of 3, but still a great value card, we'll look at it in a bit. Siphon Soul, also a shadow card. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, of course Twisting Nether, always great, but yeah, you can't really play that with Tasman Roam unless she survives a turn on the board, so you don't really, you know, gotta hope to get that combo going. So it's mostly like the cheaper shadow cards that you can get one for free. But she works well to like clear a lot of stuff, gain some health with the soul, like through souls is 6 health, that's good. And so on. Then we have Venomous Scorpion, it's poisonous. Battle Cry, discover a spell. This is a card that is just very good standard, like, you know, it's common but it's good. And you can also of course get the shadow spell, then that works again with Tasman Roam. You have Cascading Disaster, that destroys a random enemy minion. If you corrupt it, it destroys 2. If you corrupt it again, it destroys 3. Of course, 4 mana, destroy 3 minions, that is insane. But of course you need to corrupt it twice. That's not always that easy. But you gotta try and do it, because 3 minions for 4 is great value. Then we have Hysteria, choose an enemy minion, attacks random minions until it dies. Pretty straightforward, great card in a lot of situations. We have Siphon Soul, old card but still works. Destroy minion, restore 3 health to your hero. Again, this makes sure you don't die and you can get a big thread off the board for like 5 mana. Then we have Talon Forwing. This card ensures you draw your win condition as in Isharaj. Or, if you already have Isharaj in your hand, you draw Jiraxis, which is another win condition. So let's see, 5 mana 3/3, Taunt Divine Shield, Death Rattle, draw your higher cost minion. So that will be most likely either Isharaj or Jiraxis. Or you know, Alexstrasza, That would be less good, but you know. But the biggest combo is just throwing Isharash, because that's your big game finisher. Or Jiraxis, which you can use as like late game value. 2 mana 6/6 each turn is amazing. Then we have our Void Rankers that we talked about earlier. This is not included in the new deck, like I said, but I like this card a lot. Great tempo. We have Ticketus. Remove the top 5 cards from your deck, but if it's corrupted, you take the cards from your opponent's deck instead. So great value. Make sure it's almost always corrupted unless you really need it for tempo, or you're gonna lose. But if it's corrupted, it's like awesome, because think about it. You take 5 cards from your opponent's deck, you play Isharash, and then you can play Ticketus for free, and that's another 5 cards. So in the end, you can delete 10 cards from your opponent's deck. Amazing card. Then we have Sociologist Militia. I probably butchered that name, but she's also pretty good. 7 mana, 5/5, Battle Cry. For each Soul Fragment in your deck, summon a 3/3 Soul with Rush. Like the Soul Fragments are the things you get from like Spirit's Jailer and Soul Shear. So if you have a couple in your deck, you can have a full board with 3/3s basically. So they're good for removing things on the board or tempo. So great overall card. Yeah, just put that in your deck, you know. 7 mana, 6/6 Stunned, the Strongman. Cryptis costs 0. This is also a great card because it works with the Saraj as well. But of course, you gotta make sure you corrupt them. Like 7 mana 6/6 on its own is not good. Sometimes you need to play it, but try corrupting them if possible. Then we have Twisting Nether, destroy all minions, a classic card, a very good board clear. We have Alexstrasza, the Lifebinder. This card is like good because it's so versatile. You can heal yourself, you can heal a minion, you can finish an enemy off if he's low enough, or you can even clear him. You can finish an enemy minion, or you can even kill the enemy hero. So 9 mana, 8/8, Battle Cry, choose a character. If it's friendly, restore 8 health. If it's an enemy, deal 8 damage. Then we have our old classic Jiraxis, but the big change is that you no longer get brought to 15 health, you just gain 5 armor with the amount of health you have, and you equip a 3/8 Blood Fury for 9 mana, and your hero power becomes Inferno. So I'm in a 6/6 Inferno each turn. So this is one of the big win cons. If you can outlast your opponent, the 2/2s will become too much for them to clear at some point, and you can win that way. Or with your actually big game finisher, Isharash the Defiler, Battle Cry, add a copy of each corrupted card you've played this game to your hand. They cost 0 this turn. But if you choose not to play them, they will just cost their regular mana cost the next turn. So this is your big game finisher. Just imagine you play this, you get 2 Strongmans for free. Here we go, the Strongmans. You also get maybe your Cascading Disasters you've played. If you corrupted it once, you will have the Destroy 2. If you corrupted it twice, you will have the Destroy 3. Of course, your Ticketus will remove another 5 cards. So before you play this, make sure the enemy has used most of its board clear. Like if you're playing against Wider, make sure they use both their brawls, for example. But yeah, this is my version of the deck. It's, I think, pretty old. I built it like a month ago, but I tried some other versions. I still like this one the most. But what are some other cards you can use? I'll put them on the screen as we go along. So this is the newest version I found of the deck. So what's different? This one has a free admission in it. That's draw 2 minions. If they're both demons, reduce their cost by 2. So let's see how that... Oh, okay, I just removed my Spirit Jailer. Very nice. So yeah, that's a demon. This is not. Desmond Rome is not. This is not. This is, but it's not even included in the deck, so take out this. This is not. So yeah, you do draw specific cards with it, but I don't like it as much. But okay, it has a 52% win rate here, so that's okay. What else does the deck have? Oh, it has the legendary Envoy Rustwix, 5 mana, 5/4, Death Rattle, Shuffle 3 random prime legendary minions into your deck. I guess this is some extra card draw for those extra long games. The random prime legendaries of course have very nice effects as well. But 5 mana, 5/4, like sometimes I feel myself I'm falling too far behind in the early game, and then the 5 mana 7/8 Void Drinkers are like amazing. So that's why I like using them over Envoy Rustvix, and they also have Ogre Mancers. Sometimes I put one in. This deck has two, I see. Ogre Mancer is the 5 mana 3/7. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a 2/2 skeleton with taunt. If you come across a lot of spell damage mages, no minion mages, and just decks that use a lot of cards, you can put this one in your deck. Anything else? No, I think the rest is the same. So what does this deck have that the new version of the deck doesn't? The Void Drinkers, the Siphon Soul. You can play around with that. It's a good card, in my opinion. Gives you extra life. I think that's about it. There should be one more card, but I'm not sure which one it is. Oh well. So I use this deck. If you want to see the newer deck, you can go to Tempo Storm, look at Meta Snapshot, or HeartstoneReplay.net. So as I said, Warlock been falling off the tier list a little. It's tier 4 now. But if you look at the graph from starting the day 18 May, it still has a 54% win rate, which is not bad. Doesn't compare to Secret Paladin or anything. But I like playing Secret Paladin, and Control Warlock is a lot of fun. If you're looking to play something fast, to climb the ranks faster, this deck is not for you. It's mostly for fun, get some long game going, some interesting game goings. So yeah. See you guys in part 2 when I play some Constructed. Thanks for watching.